As you know, we had some fun, was it Monday? And we continue to watch with interest the rebranding of Jaguar. Jaguar, which is now described by some as Draguar. They haven't made a car for a year, and they're never going to make a diesel or petrol car again. They are fully electric from here on in. And on December the 2nd in Florida, I think it is, they're going to unveil their new car. To go through this transformation, they produced an ad campaign without a car in it. They got rid of the leaping Jaguar, one of the most iconic marks in the automotive universe, and they sparked global outrage. So is this brilliance or just the last gasp of politically correct wokeness? I thought I'd seek some expert advice on this. Mark Blackham from Blackland PR was on the program occasionally talking about corporate communication and the world of marketing and PR, and he joins us again now. Mark, how are you, mate?
I'm very good, thanks, Sean. Very good.
All right. Firstly, they say no news is bad news. You want to generate interest and publicity. Geez, Jaguar have certainly done that, haven't they?
Yeah, they certainly have. I mean, that could have been their intention. If you reverse engineer this advertising campaign and the change of the logos and things, one of the reasons you'd sort of come up with why they would do this is to make some noise and be noticed ahead of that. I think it's a concept car release in December. The alternative is that it was serious in a serious change way, and that they're actually wanting to change customers. We've changed customer base, change out the old ones they've got.
Well, not just change it, absolutely, I'd say napalm the old customer base and create a completely different new one. I have seen suggestions, Mark, and I'm interested whether or not you think this logically works, from like serious automotive writers and people, that they intend, with this transition, which has been long signalled to fully electric, to build a luxury electric car, the price point of which is above the best of Tesla. They intend to move. Ben, my producer, said on Monday, he said he always thought of a Jag as the luxury car that the blue-collar worker could aspire to. A lot of the industry saying they're going to be building a very high-end electric vehicle, and they want to take that part of the market. Would that explain what they've done?
Well, it might do, but it would only suggest that the people that they think have got that money are interested in that sort of campaign, that sort of look, that sort of style. Those sorts of copy nothing type of sensibilities. But I'm not sure. I haven't done the marketing. You have to imagine these guys do know what they're doing. It's possible they don't, and they've looked at the market, and maybe it's 100,000 individuals across the Western world.
It feels horribly Bud Light, doesn't it, Mark?
No, well, I don't think it does. Because this is different. Bud Light was a stupid marketing gimmick, which was intended. Is only ever going to be a short-term little blip, as it were. It's not too different, I think, perhaps to Gillette's dalliance with a ridiculous advertising piece. Yeah, that's right. And those things were just ill-advised, reaching out to a market, trying to capture some sort of zeitgeist of the time, tap into something they thought they saw out there that they might want to make them seem relevant. And remember, marketing people do a lot of their stuff just to keep themselves interested.
That's a very nice way of saying it's self-indulgent wankery, isn't it, Mark?
Yes, indeed it is, and that's what those things were. This, though, you have to imagine that this is actually an intent to change a whole brand, a whole product. The product itself is going to change, and if you're changing the product in the way that you've just described, you're going to want to capture some attention with that. And there's no doubt they've done that. I'm actually a bit of a believer that there's no such thing as bad press. And people are paying attention. I think if this is a continuance, though, the style you saw in the advertising campaign is a continuance of the brand, they might be hard-pressed to find a sizable population who'd be interested in that kind of style.
Yeah,
or
with the
looking as if
money
you're that
to
sort of
spend
person.
on the sort of product they're offering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. I mean, I don't see many of those people earning that sort of money. The only people who do would be the creative director at Jaguar, who I've looked into, and this does seem to be his particular interest.
What is that, Mark? What is his particular interest? Is this
Well,
Mr. Pestriano or whatever his name is?
Yeah, that's right. So his particular interest seems to be around the sorts of, diversity, equity, inclusion.
Look, what does that mean, being gay and trans and different and wearing a skirt?
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Well, what does diversity mean?
In his mind, we saw it in the advertising campaign.
It means dressing up like the Teletubbies.
Well, yeah, and in that sense, it wasn't really copying nothing, was it? It did feel very...
Oh, no, it's completely derivative. And it might have been, 2 years ago, it might have worked. But they released this campaign, as I would argue, that the world is saying goodbye to woke and rejecting it. And we look at the result of in the US election, I suppose in the New Zealand election last year. People have had enough of this.
Yes, it isn't entirely, but I will tell you one thing that I think people should worry less about brands that they don't have anything to do with.
Yeah.
But this is Jaguar's money, and if you're not a Jag customer, and you shouldn't be bothered because
it's just noise.
Yes, exactly, and you're not invested in it.
I suppose a great brand, though, you don't have to have one to know about it and actually have some emotional investment in it, Mark. And look, I will probably never own a Rolex, but I'm interested in Rolexes. I am actually thinking and was thinking of buying a second-hand Jaguar. I'm now waiting for the prices to plummet so I can.
You may well be lucky.
Serious. And I was looking at a Jaguar SUV, and they're owned by the same company that makes Range Rovers that I love.
Yes, I am.
But some brands are so iconic that they do have a following and a reputation outside their customer base. And I'd say Jaguar is one of those.
Yes, I think that's no doubt true. But it is funny the degree to which people think they've got ownership about something they've never had anything to do with.
Yeah.
And I think marketers, that's why marketers muck around with brands at their peril, because I don't think they fully appreciate the extent to which people latch into things, and that's why things like the Mulvaney
I felt less passionate about Bud Light. I'd never drunk Bud Light
because you'd never drunk it.
Yeah, it's not my beer, and it's another country. Jag, different.